Every everybody, we are live. We are live. We are live. Oh man, we took a shellacking tonight and a good old humble pie for a lot of fans who said we was gonna go out here and dominate. This is why it takes process. Everybody, games are won on the field, not on paper, not on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, YouTube, or whatever you trying to promote. Games are won on the field, man. So man, we got a long way to go. But just to kick off the show, man, you already know I'm gonna let Coach Shawn start it off, man.
I wanted to go first so I could say this, man, really quickly. To whomever out there might need it. Coach Jay,
I'm about
you
to
see,
send it to him now.
okay. I wanted to say, what's up, Question? I ain't seen Question so long. What's up,
Mm,
Question? What's going on, Q?
Question.
Um, Listen, man, let's start with this. What's up, Bishop? Much love, Bishop. Let's start with this, man. Um, Tap on in and everybody hit the like button. Please hit the like button when you come in. Please, if you don't mind. Please, please, please hit the like button. It's not even that Indiana's loaded. It's not even that they did some great magical scheme that we've never seen, some abundant, super prolific. Listen. As an Alabama fan, I'm ecstatic about the season we had. Now, none of us are happy about losing like that, right? That's tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, this is Coach DeBoer's second season, bro. Right? And yes, just Coach Al even said it a while ago. It's Coach Signetti's second year, but he they went about it two different ways, man. Shout out to Brent, shout out to Patriot Life, man. Rob, what's up, Rob? What's up, ED? Um, please listen to me on this, man. Football is not basketball, and I'm gonna speak to you tonight as a former player and the dude who's coached this game before. I'm not gonna speak to you as a fan. Coach Al already know what I'm gonna say. Brent already know what I'm gonna say. Football is a developmental sport, people. It ain't you just switch out a coach and switch in another one and you pick right back up where you left off. What's up, Bear? My brother Bear was out there. Shout out to Bear, who was out there witnessing all this stuff. I was talking to him while the game was going on, man. Shout out to Ephraim. Football is not basketball, guys. What's up, Bear? Football is a developmental sport where it takes a long time. You take a kid who's 6'3", 290 and put him in college, that 290 is baby fat. What's up, Coach Jay? Much love, brother. So I'm speaking to you as a former player and a former coach of this game. Football is a developmental sport. Coach Saban used to tell y'all this all the time, man. I know we upset. I know you don't want to get beat like that. None of us did. Trevor Peniel, home team. What's up, my brother? None of us did, right? But this season we won 10 games, bro, in this man's second season. Coach DeBoer still does not have his full plethora of people that really want to run what he wants to do. He's doing this with kids. Some of them he didn't even recruit, right? Some people don't understand the difference in playing nose tackle and playing D tackle, playing the three and playing the zero. People don't understand the differences in those things and the different skill sets you got to have from a bender and a hole clogger. They don't understand that. The coaches on this panel, Brinsky, they all understand. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to tell you is it takes time, guys. We've won 10 games in this man's second season. What's up, Bishop? So as a former player, as a former coach, please be patient with this guy. We right on schedule, man. We right on schedule, right? Please, I know it's hard to see that right now. All you can see is the ass whipping we just, but this is why we sit on this panel and we try to talk to you guys. We try not to be the what the little corny ass word y'all be saying flat flare what is that, then what they be saying, we flare weather people or
Fair
whatever
weather. Fair
whatever
weather.
y'all
Fair
folks be
weather.
saying. Yeah, flat fair
Fair
weather.
weather fans, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Fair
like
weather
like
fans,
like I absolutely love when y'all say that about me. I love it because that means I ain't fanned out like half of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what the fuck I see. Oh, excuse me, what the freak I see. Excuse me, right. Bama gonna win by 70. Some of you don't know. I love you, and I'm not talking to all of you, but are some of you out there that are so filled with Bama, you must be kin to Harvey Updike because you clearly don't know what you're watching, right? You clearly don't know what you're watching. Me and these
yeah.
coaches talk behind the scenes, and this game don't shock none of us.
Nope.
None of us. It shocks
Nope.
you because you at Decatur. Decatur Bridge right now is loaded with Bama fans. It's about to holler Geronimo and just call it. It's over with. Life is over. It's over. We lost. Listen, man. Football is a developmental sport, right? Coach DeBoer is right on schedule. I know it don't look like it, but it is, man. It's hard to get beat like that. That team that beat us today, we talked about it. It's a veteran team. They got a lot of kids over there. They're not stars. They're not Dijon Lee 5-star, but they're kids who've been in other programs 3 seasons and had production at other schools, smaller schools. And he has a plethora of them, right? So please, man, don't lose faith in what's going on at Alabama. This man's second year won 10 games, won 9 games last year, 10 games this year, right? Indiana has a chance to win this whole tournament, bro. Please don't think they do, that they can't. Alabama will be just fine, right? Give this man time to get his people in this system and coach him the way he want to coach him. That's what I want to say as a former player and a former coach of this game. Now, quickly, as a fan, I do believe we have to change on offense. I do believe we have a soft offense. And this is nothing that Coach Jay hadn't sit here and told you week after week. Coach Al, Brinsky, even Bishop, we've told you this week after week. Why are y'all so shocked? You saw this same thing since week 7 against Tennessee, whatever.
What did they say when we said this?
You got mad at us. Y'all complaining for no reason. No. We see what's going to happen when a better team play you. You struggled against Auburn because your offense was terrible. You struggled against every team we've played. We winning by the hairs of our chin. Your offense is terrible. Your offensive line can't block. You calling flash plays on 3rd and 2. You're running verticals on 3rd and 4. I have no clue why. You can't run the football. Your backs are tiptoe. All sorts of plethora of things we could talk about from a coaching standpoint. And those are fine. That's what football is for. You get better. You fix the things that you're broken on, right? That's not shocking, guys. We've seen this same offense week after week after week after week. But as fans, and I'm guilty of it too, okay, all we got to do is do this and it's going to be better. All we got to do is just, you know what? We can do this. All we got to do is fix it. No. That's the fan in us thinking that. Damn it, the film don't lie. Bishop tell you all the time. Right? So it's okay, though. It's okay, people. We got beat by a better football team this year, right? It's okay. That team, Indiana, is a better coached, more veteran field team. Now, as a player, you don't go get mad about it and transfer and be mad and stomp your feet and fold your arms and walk around and be mad. No, you get your ass in the weight room and you get bigger. You get your ass on the field and you get stronger. You get in the film room and you understand what you did wrong. So when you come back, you won't get beat deep. Right? Me and Coach Al talked about this the other night on the show. We told you, same thing Coach Saban said today. They're going to have to play more man coverage because of the way this quarterback is. John Mateer is a great +1 guy, mid-range, midfield. He'll kill you. But going deep, he didn't never try us like that. He didn't try us. I sit right here and told you this quarterback is going to throw the ball over your head if he catch you in man. Right? That's what any quarterback will do if they catch you playing enough man. Al can tell you that. Bishop can tell you that. Jans can tell you that. If you don't get to him, and he sees single coverage out there, principles of football tells him he has to take that shot. And he did, and we got burnt. I understand now why we don't play man a lot. I'm not at practice, so I've never seen us play a lot of man in situations here and there, but I do see now why we don't play a lot of man. We have a lot of corners on this roster that are good, solid coverage corners, but I don't know if we have even Zabian, man. He got caught flat-footed several times, right? I see now we don't play a lot of man because I don't know if we have that single man guy. Off coverage, okay, zone, cool, right? It's a difference in Richard Sherman and Darrell Reeves. They both are Pro Bowlers. One is a man guy. He can follow you anywhere. Just tell me who you want me to stick. One is a zone coverage guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. So all I'm saying is, bro, losing is okay if you give your best. And for anybody mad at the defense out there, please don't be, bro. Your defense pretty much got slapped and tortured because of your offense. Like when you're pledging, Coach Al will tell you your defense stepped up and said, "I'll take the licks. I'll take them. Leave him alone," because your offense did utterly nothing. They couldn't even stay on the field. Your defense played the whole football, over 67 snaps. Your defense played the whole game. You can't be mad at them against that offense. If you want to be mad at somebody, go be mad at your offense for doing the same thing we've been doing since after the Tennessee game. It started in the South Carolina game, I believe. Go be mad at them. We sit right here on this panel. This is the last thing I'll say before I get to my brothers. You can't go 3 and out against a good football team over and over and over. You can't give a good football team short fields. You can't do everything that we sit right here and told you that you can't do, because that team is going to convert them into points. You can't, you're not going to be able to stop them, right? So I promise y'all, hold on tight. It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm not even upset, right? If I had to pick one thing to bitch about, Ryan Grubb has got to go back to the drawing board. He has got, and I say Ryan Grubb, but we looked terrible like this last year with Nick Sheridan. So what is it? Whoever is calling the offense, or whoever is the maestro of the offense, you got to change. You got to change. All this passing and 7-on-7 stuff, you should see today from this game, and I just tweeted this out, and I'm done after I say this. Physicality, toughness, hard nose will always beat this passy finesse, trickeration, reverse bullshit. Hard-nosed football. Football is a physical game. This is not basketball, where one guy can take it to the promised land. Hard-nosed football, lining up, shout out to Miami. Hard-nosed football in the trenches and whooping the man from across you will always defeat this pretty past Joe Montana, nice haircut football, bro. And that's just what it is. And I'm done. I'm done.
The nice haircut thing was the cherry on top, man.
I hope they get what I'm saying. What I mean by that.
Oh yeah, man. That was
ugliest. The dude with the crooked teeth, scars on his face. He gonna always beat the Sunshine Kid. Always. Always.
Yeah, man. Before I move on and kick it to Coach Al, then Jans, and then Bishop, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. How I said, man, we definitely about to be up here for a minute. I know, like I said, man, let out your frustration, but guess what? Tomorrow is another day, man. It's another day. I know there's a lot of fans outside of Bama that want to see us fall, but of course, if they want to see us fall, more than likely we already beat them. So it's just congrats to Indiana. They came out there and punched us in the mouth tonight. That's what happened. Indiana. It is what it is. Fact. And shout out to Marco, my brother, becoming a member of the channel, man. Definitely appreciate that, my brother. Y'all want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Like I said, also hit that like button. And Coach Al, take it away, my brother.
Hey, I got a question for Coach Shawn. When did you go and take Coach J's one-on-one rant class?
Man,
I mean that was good, man. That was classic J right there, man.
Coach Al, man.
I mean, you're a good protege, baby. I mean,
I learned from Coach J, man. I learned from that guy.
I'm trying to tell you, that was coherent. It was cogent. It was all of those things with a C. Okay. Hey, but let me say this. You can look at a loss and you can look at a loss, okay? And look at how Texas Tech lost to Oregon. It was a different kind of loss because of the fact that Texas Tech defense, they went to war.
Yeah.
Okay. They played a line of scrimmage game. It's just that their offensive line lost a line of scrimmage game against Oregon. So the loss feels different than when you get beat like us tonight. You know, we were talking in the chat earlier before the game even started. And I was telling the guys, I'm going like, well, you know, until this team shows me that they can step on somebody's neck and play for fourth quarters and sustain, I'm not buying what we're selling. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. And some of the guys trying to say, Coach Al, come on, NFZ. I said, no, they got to show me. I'm from Missouri.
True. Yeah,
okay?
True.
I said that, okay, because we haven't seen that all year long. It's not a knock. It's just the fact that we haven't shown that we could do that. Indiana has shown that they can do that. So yes. It was whether or not we could play our game and get them uncomfortable. And right out the gate, we went right to a passing mode. Okay. Right out the gate. And you go on 4th and 1 and you're running a sweep.
To
a team like this. Oh, let me tell you something else. Let's make another analogy. Have you guys ever watched boxing?
Mm-hmm.
And you see a guy that does these nice, he's flashy, and all of a sudden the guy he's hitting, he's doing this here. All of a sudden, he comes right down the middle, bam, knocks him out flat because his punches are straight down the middle. And you look at the contrast in styles tonight, how many yards they had between the tackles running the football versus what we were trying to do is do everything. It's just a difference in concept and approach. You know, this team is trying to hit you in the mouth, and they're gonna let you know they're gonna hit you in the mouth, and they're not gonna stop it, you know. So to me, I think that, you know, our team, we got to go back to the drawing board. We certainly have to understand the point of line of scrimmage game. That's every team that's been successful in the playoffs so far has won the line of scrimmage game.
That's
okay.
It.
That's kind of how this kind of football is played this time of year. You know, Coach Shawn says you can't finesse. I don't really have much to say about it. It is what it is. This is kind of tape. But one thing I'm gonna tell you guys in the chat that I'm gonna do, this is what I do, because I'm a football junkie. I'm gonna go back and look at the blocking schemes that we did versus the blocking schemes that they did and say, okay, what's the difference? It's not a talent level difference. Obviously, we got talent, but it's a matter of coaching and commitment to something that can work effectively. If you look at how they ran the ball, and I think I said this before to the guys, that we could really run the ball against them if we had our double teams, if we worked our double teams, you know, and stuff like that effectively, just like they did to us. Okay. It wasn't like they were doing anything.
Stayed on our linebackers. Stayed on our. We can't even get to their linebackers.
They were working the double teams up and comboing off, and then kicking out on one side and just running straight downhill. And the back was patient. He had his steps down right. You could tell they practiced it to get everything timed up and synced up down to the second and third level backs. You know, so I don't have much to say about this other than the fact that we've done this to a lot of people. Okay. And now we're on the other end of that hangover. That and so I was here watching the game with my family, and the game before when Oregon was playing Texas Tech, and they were down on the goal line. And my wife said, why don't they just take a knee? I said, because I'm going to tell you what, you demoralize an opponent, because that's for the next guy coming up to see this, that I'm not going to take no slack on you, man. At this level of the game, this time of year, you want to make a statement. How you make a statement, you run the ball down somebody, you impose your will on a team and beat, and to add insult to injury, they knock your quarterback out. To add insult. You remember Colt McCoy?
Yeah.
When we drilled him and knocked them out, and we demoralized, that was the same kind of loss that we got tonight. It's just the fact that we were on the receiving end of it. Well, it don't feel good, does it?
No, it does not.
The fact of the matter is, we've done that to a lot of people. Now we're on the receiving end of it, okay? And make matters worse, it was against Indiana, the losing this program in college football history, and they pumping their chest. That's why it feels even worse.
Yeah.
We get over it. It's gonna be all right. Like Brett can say, the sun coming up tomorrow, and we got a loaded team. We just got to get an O-line coach. We got to get an offensive coordinator that's going to be committed to punishing run game, and get some talented running backs, some guys that can really hit the hole and get downhill. We got everything else, I think. It's just that you got to have it's a psychology thing here. It's how what kind of team you really want to be. That's it.
Coach.
Oh man.
Hey, Brisky, before you give it to Coach J, Brent or Bishop, one of y'all, it was somebody up there. Make sure you re-ask the question, because I have some guys in my inbox. Make sure you re-ask the question, and I guess when they come back around to me, ask them, can you be physical passing the ball 70% of the times? Like Coach Al said right out the gate. Make sure you speak on that at some point.
Go ahead, Jan.
How many running plays do we call in the second half? How about that?
I got that.
I can count them on one hand.
One hand, bro.
Maybe less than three fingers.
Go ahead, Jan.
Yeah. One of my friends is an Indiana fan. I know he was talking, we were talking trash to each other the entire time, but it was to a point where he was able to text me. He says, bro, I'm not impressed by our performance. They won about 35 points. He said, I'm not impressed by our performance. That's something that was something that I would kind of say. So it's kind of like it's switched, man. I mean, I'm watching Kurt Tonetti and his facial expressions. I'm like, is this Saban? Because this is what Saban would do. His facial expressions with the eyebrow roll. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, we lost. And this is 10-0. I'm like, yeah, like I just don't feel good about this game at all. No, Indiana, I mean, we talked about this before, man. They're the most efficient team in college football. Offensively, defensively, special teams. They don't make mistakes. You're down by 2 scores. They're not Oklahoma. Like Coach said, they have a quarterback that's willing. If they get 1-on-1 and there's no safety over the top, or if there's a safety all the way rotating down low, taking a shot. Mateer's not doing that because Mateer is more of a short to intermediate throwing on RPO integrations, but he won't. He's afraid to take deep shots unless receivers get absolute free releases and getting yards of separation, which they don't do because besides Tehania and Deion Burks, they don't have that much depth. Indiana is 4 to 5 receivers loaded. They got really, really good players out there. So listen, I mean, nothing surprised me about this game. Like nothing. I mean, if anything surprised me was the fact that Indiana ran a little bit more zone than I thought they were going to do. They didn't really. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could have just played man and match the entire game like they usually do, and that was about it. But I think they kind of wanted to go out, confuse Bama a little bit. They disguised a little more of their blitzes. We're sending more guys off of the edge, and they're just so well coached. That's just what I have to say. They're just so well coached. What they were doing with their different stunt and twist variations in terms of almost kind of like setting a pick where you're freeing someone up on the defensive line in rundown situations, how their ability to play, one gap or 2 gap contain on the outside, just swallowing up blockers. Other defensive tackles are penetrating on the outside. Edge containment was absolutely perfect. Like Coach is saying, we could not get to the second level. Why? Because when those defensive tackles were getting to the guards, we're getting between our 2 interior guards so damn fast and quick that it didn't matter. Like they would just take them on and just get them off the play, where somebody else would just get a free release off of the penetration. Every time they would slant, every time they would cross, didn't matter. They crossed our face so badly, and the backside, the backside line couldn't do anything. Caden Proctor, someone said it before. Caden Proctor, I'm sorry, he's not going to be a tackle in the NFL. If you can't block, in rundown situations, if you can't block the backside defensive tackle or the backside defensive end coming down, crossing your face, you're not playing in the league. You're not. So, they have to figure out from a philosophical standpoint, what are they? Because right now, this is like, even though I said that this was a successful season, I still believe that this is a successful season, despite this loss, this embarrassing loss. This is the most points we've been blown out since 1998. It's bad. Like this is a very bad loss. This still was a very successful season. However, though, from what I've seen, guys, like this looks like our ceiling. It just looks like our ceiling because I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Even though DeBoer will be back, everyone that's saying that he's gonna be in the hot seat next year, no, he's not. No, because you can't afford to let him go. You don't have a choice. The contract was bad. It was a terrible. If you actually read the contract and the amount of dead cap that they received, it is terrible. Like it's a bad contract. He's not going anywhere for at least 2 years. So I'm sorry. Ryan Grubb will not go anywhere because I said it before and I said it again. That's his best friend. And when Ryan Grubb got fired, I knew he was going to come to Alabama because that's his best friend. They came up together. Everywhere he goes, he's with him. Just like how Nick Sheridan was with him. And as much as we criticize Nick Sheridan, what did he do? He made him a co-offensive coordinator and gave him the tight ends coaching job. So I can see Kaplovich. Kaplovich came from Indiana, another guy that he came up with, but I can see Kaplovich potentially gone. I could see Freddie Roach gone. I know a lot of us don't want Freddie Roach to be here. I can see him being gone, and some of the other guys that came up with Saban, they could be out the window. But a lot of the staff that's here, these are people that has been with him for a decade plus. I don't see them going anywhere because like Coach L said, a lot of these players don't fit DeBoer's scheme. They don't fit what they want to do from a philosophical standpoint. So they have to figure out what can they do to get it, because it is clear as all day that the recruiting classes that you're getting here, they're not developing fast enough for you to get to that level. So what can you do to get there? Well, you got to go to the portal. And instead of looking at players that potentially could fit it, you need to take a look at players that can fit it. It's to a point where, for me, yes, even though the traditional way of just straight up high school recruiting can work, it's just you cannot stack up rosters anymore. You can't do it because you have to pay players. Players are making announcements, not that they're returning to school. that they're resigning with schools.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen that before. Now players are making announcements of resigning big time contracts with schools. So this whole thing of stacking up rosters, you can't do that anymore. You have to go to the transfer portal and you have to continue to stack those rosters. Why was Texas Tech's defensive line so dominant despite that 16-0 loss? Because they invested everything and put all their chips on the table of getting 4 guys in David Bailey, Holmes, Lee Hunter, and Romello Height. All of them were at Texas Tech. They all came from different schools, and they were all at the top of their conferences and brought them in here and formed a Voltron. And it ended up becoming the best defensive line out of any team in these playoffs. Miami. You think Miami just recruited a bunch of these guys from high school? No. They all came from different schools. Keontae Scott, pick 6, came from Toledo. I watched him when he was at UB. I watched him live, and I'm like, dude, this dude is a stud. He just needs to get an opportunity. This kid's going to be a stud player.
I think Bain and Mesidor was the only 2, right?
Yeah, Mesidor came from a different school. He came from an FES school.
Wow.
He came from an FES school. The only person that was there originally was Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain is the only player that was recruited from day one that was there. Everyone else are transfers. Moton transfer. Keontae Scott transfer. They had a redshirt freshman. I know he's on the outside transfer. Safety transfer. Free safety transfer. Like, I'm sorry, man. This whole it's to a point where I'm actually starting to believe in Kurt Cinetti's philosophy. I'm really starting to believe it in terms of
Forget
just
the 5 stars. Get the kid who played. Yeah.
You saw what Caleb Downs said.
Yep.
You saw what Caleb Downs said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the interview, Jay?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. But to your point,
like,
you might want to enlighten the fans if they want him to it.
Enlighten them.
Yeah.
So you got to get the experienced players.
That's what Caleb Downs was saying.
You got to get
the not fair to high school players.
So break it down, Jay, so people in the chat understand. You want your 5-star, number 1 player out of whatever. They like, damn that. Give me the kid from James Madison that's been played 3 years.
Get the guy from JMU. I told Coach Shawn we need to be looking at Isaac Brown. Now Isaac Brown already made his decision, but I'm like that's a kid that fits this offensive scheme perfectly. He's a zone back speedster, understands specific cutback lanes, but he's got the explosiveness in the long term speed. Like he's a home run threat. He's got the explosiveness in the long term speed, can pass block even though he's 190 pounds, and most importantly, he can catch the ball at the backfield. How many times have we complained about running backs not being in pass pro, or if they have to go out wide, they can't do anything in the receiving game, which is a staple mark for DeBoer's offense. You have to catch the ball out of the backfield. We're not using our running backs in Texas routes. We're not using our running backs in wheel routes and different and other route combinations. DeBoer did all that. He had running backs in the slot at Washington. We're not even doing that. So we need to find players that are, instead of potentially could be developed, we need to take a look at players that are developed. Because your running back room right now, none of them fits this. Kevin Riley, what was the Daniel Hill, Jam Miller? None of these running backs fits your running scheme. Your entire offensive line, besides Parker Brailsford, none of them fits your blocking scheme at all. They're too big. They're too slow. This whole gap/zone scheme, hybrid scheme, which is an NFL which is a lot of NFL teams starting to run, they don't fit it at all. So they need to take a look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves from a philosophical standpoint, and not just the coaching staff, this athletic administration. Yeah, Alabama, our NIL mainstream. Everyone needs to look themselves in the mirror saying, we cannot be like LSU, because we are going on that trajectory of being LSU, of being Texas, Clemson, in terms of being left behind, because we're not catching up. We're being left behind. Kurt Cinetti's entire team is full of transfers. They don't have one. You know what their recruiting class this year was? 56. It was 56. The year prior was 73rd. They went out and said, screw this. We're just going to get the developed players. We don't got time to be waiting 2 to 3 years. Let's get the players that already are developed, that fit the philosophy of the scheme. All those dudes in that entire defensive line all came from JMU. The entire D line came from JMU, and they knew exactly what Brian Haynes, who's their defensive coordinator, they knew exactly what they wanted to do. They were smart. Like a lot of those plays, they were just smart. They knew exactly where to be at certain occasions. The communication was flawless. There's a reason why that efficiency is so damn high, because when you have that much experience, when you have that much experience within your offense, your defensive scheme and system, it becomes easy work. It becomes clockwork. And so that's what we got to figure out something else, guys, because we're just getting left behind. I know from a coaching standpoint, we got out schemed, and Ryan Grubb was absolutely terrible today. And it just shows to me at all that there is a disconnect in terms of what we want to do from a philosophical standpoint. But from a roster, we got to the roster. Something's got to change within our recruiting system, because we can still get top five recruiting classes, but the last 2 years that has not translated to the football field. Our best high school recruit this year, outside of Dijon Lee, in my opinion, was Lassier Brooks, who was a 3-star.
Or Landon Simmons.
Or Landon Simmons was good, but Landon Simmons got bullied today. But he's young. He's young. He's 18 years of age. I expect him to grow a lot more in his body. But again, I want players who can compete today. I want players with the size and the speed, the lateral agility, the technique. I want them today. And if we can't figure out how to utilize let's be honest, we have not been the best in utilization of the portal since this thing even existed. We've been bad at it, actually. So we have got to figure out the balance between high school recruiting or the portal. Otherwise, we're going to continue to get left behind. This will be our ceiling, and we won't progress. Figure out ways to do it. Overhaul this offensive line. Get more size on the defensive line. Get faster at your linebacking core, and actually get corners who can play man coverage. It shouldn't have to be that we're playing 10, 15 yards, cover zero, and they're just running an inside freaking post to your.
You playing outside shoulder? Like, what are you doing? Yep.
Playing the outside shoulder, cover zero. Like, what are we doing here? It should not be this way. So figure out what to do from what you're going to do from a roster standpoint, then from a coaching standpoint. DeBoer, these are your best friends. But at some point, bro, you gotta choose, man, between loyalty or the program. Because if you won't choose the program, then you need to get out of here. Because there's no way in hell that you did not fire Nick Sheridan. You demoted him to a co-offensive coordinator. You brought Ryan Grubb, who got let go of the Seattle Seahawks, for the exact same thing that they complained about.
Yep.
The Seahawks complained that they threw the ball too much. They complained that they weren't physical enough. They complained that they just kept running long developing routes. The same things that we have been complaining and telling the audience since the season began about why this offense does not translate to winning football. Seahawks fans were complaining about that all of last year. What happened as soon as they fired Ryan Grubb and brought in an experienced coordinator that established more physicality? They won 13 games and counting. So something's got to change. Something has got to change, because it shouldn't be this way. When we're getting leftovers from NFL squads and college squads that no one wants them, because Nick Sheridan, by the way, got fired. He didn't get let go. He didn't just leave willingly. He got fired. He got fired for a reason. So we got to stop bringing in best friends like the music group or the Teletubbies, and instead we got to actually bring in coordinators or coaches that know how to win established football, because they're out there. They're out there. You saw what Texas did. They brought in Will Muschamp. Why did they bring in Will Muschamp instead of keeping Pete Kwiatkowski? Despite them having a top 10 defense, by the way, they brought in Will Muschamp because they felt like they weren't physical enough. Mm-hmm. They wanted that brand of physicality within the program to take them to the next level of national championship football. Why aren't we doing that? Sarkisian came up with Kwiatkowski. They were at Washington together. Why did he let go of him and bring in a more established name that's going to bring that toughness, not just on the field, but off the field? Because he wants Texas to get to the next level. We need to start doing the exact same thing. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck. We're going to be left behind. We're going to continuously be left behind, and we will not be competing. So it needs to start from the ends. It needs to start from the top, from our athletic administration, from our front office, general manager, Courtney Morgan. Otherwise, we need to start questioning what Courtney Morgan's doing, because we have not progressed since this guy has become our general manager. And I know Coach Shawn's been talking about that since we were at Kyle's show about, I don't know about this Courtney Morgan thing. He does not understand the South and recruiting and understand the type of presence and players that you need to get there. Well, so far it's starting to show that it actually is that way. So I know that other teams are bringing in GMs, but we have not mastered it. We have actually regressed in terms of our roster retention. We've lost more players. We continue to not develop players at a high rate. So something's off, because top 5 recruiting classes and still not figuring out a way to develop these kids. Something's off. Either they don't fit the scheme, or your coaches are just doing a terrible job. Something's not happening. So if you can't figure it out from a development standpoint, then you need to get kids that already are developed that fit your scheme and fit your program. Otherwise, we will not go anywhere as a college football program. There will be a lot more losses like this if we can get to the college football playoffs. That's even if we can get to the college football playoffs. And so it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I'm not mad about the loss. I'm mad about the process in terms of how we got here. It all started during the offseason. There's a reason why I didn't have this team making it to the championship, and it was because of the offseason process. Shout out to Indiana, shout out to Kirsinetti and that coaching regime for following and sticking with your philosophy and bringing in players that fit your scheme.
Well said, my brother. I'm gonna get to these super chats real quick. You're gonna have a hard time following that up, Bishop. But shout out to Gelato for the $9.99. He said, why did Jam move from the blitz and linebacker? I'm confused.
When I think he's talking about when they sent pressure, Jam kind of hopped out of the way and stuck his shoulder in there. He didn't really block him.
That's probably when I was on the road. I didn't see that. I didn't even remember Jam being in the game. So
he hasn't blocked out well all year round, which is another thing. We got him in there for blocking, and he's regressed as a blocker. So what's going on? Because he wasn't like this last year. What's going on with him? It's something's off, man. Something's off with it. There's a disconnect between coaching and what's going on with these players on the field.
Let's talk about
the last one. Then I go right to DeMarco. Yeah. Shout out to DeMarco for the $2. Said Bama will be back. Love it here. Great panel. Appreciate you always, man. Hopefully, man, that's always the goal, man.
Right.
We'll see. And sorry about that, Gelato. I probably was driving when that play happened. I didn't even see Jam get in the game not one time. So that's on me. And appreciate y'all showing love. But
Bishop.
Bishop, my fault.
No, you good. The bottom line, every game, we keep saying the 3 critiques that you have to attend to: offense and defensive line. On top of that, you, as running backs, you have to hit the trap door. We kept saying that, and oftentimes a lot of people is like, "But y'all being negative, we won." This is the time that all of that was showing up. And I remember last year, Stagnati and them, they took that L, but he said after that game, we got to get physical. We will not be out physical in years to come. When he said that, what he put together, because they're in another conference we couldn't see, but what I saw today is a team that stuck to the fundamentals because they knew that in order to win this game, they had to do the little things right. On top of that, I looked at the stats. Bama rushed 16 attempts for 24 yards the entire game. 16 attempts for 24 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, the offense put the defense at a detriment.
Yes, from jump.
From jump.
Yep.
And then on top of that, hey, defense, go win it for us. Because for whatever reason, we're not willing, because understand, the bottom line was you knew going in, you had to establish the run. Yep. You have to be complementary. It's the playoffs. It's defense and a running game. They promote you to the next level in order to win this natty. And I was really taken back because that's not the team that played Oklahoma. Period, point blank. Not even close. Not even, I mean, I have never seen Indiana's line on both sides, offensive and defensive line, dominated.
Yep.
Dominated. They were saying, look, you want to fight in this phone booth? We're down. Close the door. It's time to fight in this phone booth. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. The bottom line is, right now, it's time to answer those questions of why are we only rushing for 16 attempts or 24 yards?
No movement. None.
No movement, no space.
No space.
Not only that, it's like, okay, you got 4 quarters, right? So 16 attempts, that's four attempts per quarter.
Right.
Can that get it done?
There's no continuity.
No
in what you're
continuity.
trying to
Thank
do.
you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
That's all we're
yeah.
trying to say is that it's a reason why, you know, you have these teams when they go. I saw that they rushed for 38 attempts. Indiana, 38 attempts. That's the difference in their time of possession was 36.38 time of a possession. The key is understanding you guys set the standard, but now this new staff has to understand they need to find their voice again.
That's facts. That's facts.
They need to find that voice, just like we do too. We need to understand when it gets to this level, if you haven't established a run, you're in trouble because eventually you're going to get exposed.
Teams are too good in this league, Bishop. They're too good.
They're too good. And understand, they went through their own gauntlet. It might not have been like the SEC, but the bottom line is a reason they beat Ohio State the way they did.
That's facts.
Well, the slogan needs to change, Bishop.
Oh, no doubt.
Tell them what it needs to change to, because
it just means more.
Facts.
Hey, until
bowl
season, when we opt out at bowl season.
Yeah, the Big Ten is winning, but they don't even know, like that LSU squad. Do you know how many players they had to sit out, bro? That's what Houston. They had 11
Missouri.
players.
Missouri had players to sit out.
Yeah, so you're beating teams that are not the same teams as the regular season portrays.
Let me make a point.
Go.
Anybody on the panel can answer this question. When was the last time Alabama had a nationally renowned offensive line coach?
5 years ago.
Okay. Now,
we had the
when
Eagles
was the
coach,
last time, other than B-Rob, we had a running back drafted higher than the third
1,000
round?
yards.
Mm-hmm.
B-Rob was the last 1,000-yard rusher too.
So now that right there tells you two places you need to address on your staff. I mean, we like the coaches now. I mean, we all coaches, right? And we know it's a fraternity and stuff like that. But I know I've been called on the carpet for being ineffective.
Facts.
If I'm not doing the job, guess what's going to happen?
Too.
I got to get moved.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Facts.
You know, I'll get another job. I might be better in another scheme.
Yep. That's super facts.
Here's the deal. I could see if you were at a place like that doesn't have 18 on the helmet, that doesn't have that kind of culture. There's nothing wrong with having a high standard. I think in life we all should have high standards. So you can't come into Bama and not perform and not produce. I don't care if you're on the field or on the sideline or in the staff, in the training room. You got to produce, man. Okay, if you can't produce, you got to go. And typically, man, at Alabama, every year, man, is you producing the best of the best. If we can't block, we can only run for 16 attempts for 27 yards. Something is dead wrong there. And it goes back, like Jance was saying, 5 years ago. You tell me we can't get an offensive line coach at Alabama? Are you telling me you can't fix that? That's systemically wrong.
I just want to get this super chat by DeMarco with $5, man. Appreciate you, bro. He said we got obliterated, but we're still here tomorrow. Proud as a Bama fan for a successful year. Shake up, absolutely. The truth is in the details.
Facts,
man, you ain't lying, man. That's why I said, man.
Facts.
The one thing that we do here, because I
think the consultant has to step in.
Yeah,
the guy that got the office at Denny Stadium, the consultant that we pay $500,000, I think he has to step in.
Oh yeah, man.
It's gonna happen.
I know a lot of people like to call. Well, I ain't gonna even say a lot of people. It's just certain fanboys and fan women and whoever. It's just so we ain't pointing out nobody like to call us fair weather just because we like to hold people accountable, even ourselves. But man, we just need to get better. I'm about to say the one thing that I always say, man, accountability is good, but also, man, we need to have realistic expectations. What we put out there today is an embarrassment. That is without a doubt. Even if we lose the game, we shouldn't be getting our heads beat in like that.
That's facts.
So we gotta really shake some things up And like Jan said, I think Jan's really hit it on the head, man. You can't be bringing in your best friends and all that stuff, man. Because I'm with him on that, man. If you just want to bring in your best friends to just have a job so they can get a nice paycheck and all that, man, you can go. Now, I believe in you, and I've spoken up for you. And I'm about to say, man, it's only year 2. It's only year 2. I feel like we're ahead of schedule, but this game is it's an embarrassment, man. We shouldn't be getting our ass beat on the field like this. It's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
I still give you that year 2. I'm gonna keep saying I'm gonna give you the year 2, but we still shouldn't be getting our ass beat on the field like this with that type of talent on the field. I'm just saying something has to change.
I want to say this, and it's really grabbing what James was talking about. Coach Al it had to be at least 2 months ago. It was early in the season. It was probably maybe our 3rd or 4th game, and we just couldn't run the ball. Coach Al say, "You are what you don't." I can't remember the slogan, but what he was saying was, "You are what you rep." That's what he said. When you coach football to the people out there, and Jans, you know this just as well as all of us, you can tell. You can't turn on physicality whenever you want to and turn it off. Does that make sense in the chat? You can't just decide to be physical one day in this game. I don't be at Alabama's practice, so this is not a fact. But what it looks like to me is they don't rep running the ball a lot. Sure, you can go through the motions and pass scale and do all that but as far as team, a good against good, it doesn't look like to me they work on running the football. Because
Coach Shawn, can I interject for 1 second?
Yeah, of course, man.
Something we talked about. I keep on that. Stay on that point. Don't forget the point. But I know a lot of people are still watching the Georgia game while we watch. If you want to understand what we're talking about from a physicality standpoint, go to the Skycast.
Yeah, the Skycast.
It's like watching an all 22, and you'll see what the TV won't show you in terms of these offensive linemen getting to their spots and out leveraging guys, man. Okay, and you can hear the pads popping because they don't have the announcers talking.
Yeah,
you can hear PA at the stadium. You can hear the coaches on the sideline because I was listening last night when Miami was playing Ohio State, and the players on the sideline, the coaches talking about saying he's running, he's scared, he's running. That's the game right there. So if you want to feel what we're talking about, what Coach Shawn is talking about, go watch the Skycast.
The Skycast. If you have ESPN. The game is on several channels. You'll see Pat McAfee, some like a field pass. It'll say Skycast. Look at that from the coaching view. That view, I looked it up, is made strictly for coaches. They made that just for people like us.
I felt like I was in the box calling plays, coach.
It's a whole fact.
Okay, because I'm up here dialing up. Okay, they coming out, they run a combo on this side, they're gonna rotate that way, the ball should go right here. I mean, I'm calling it, I'm dialing it up right here at home. Because that's what I'm used to looking at. Okay, but anyway, I digress. Now, I apologize for cutting in on.
Oh, you good, brother? Because everything you said was all facts. To Coach Al and Jan's point, and Bishop, when you see us struggle this bad, this is at this point for me, bro. This is not just us struggling. It's way more than that, man. If you know this game, us not being able to run the ball, us not being committed, whatever you want to call it, whatever slogan you want to use it as. It's more than that at this point, bro, because these guys, like, we almost look uncomfortable running the football. Like, really think about what I'm saying. We almost, Bishop, we almost look uncomfortable trying to run the football. That tells me that because I know this, man. I've been on coaching staffs where they don't like to get physical in practice. They're scared to get people hurt. They want to just go through the motions, get a little thud here and there. They don't want you to go full speed. Right? You see what Kirby Smart said. Kirby Smart said we go full speed more than we do anything. Like you get hurt, you just get hurt. So that way, when the physicality is in practice, you get in the game, it's nothing that you have to turn on or turn off or try to do. It's just natural. It's natural. I'll say this really quickly before I pass it. We was terrible last year in the run game. If you take Jalen Milroe's runs out, we were one of the worst running offenses in the country. We were terrible this year. I have seen that these guys' philosophy it's just not a physical philosophy, man. It's just not. At this point, I think Coach DeBoer needs to really evaluate himself because in this league, right? In this league, that Mike Leach stuff is cool. It's okay, bro. It's gonna score a lot of points against people. But when you play light competition, somebody that can stop the pass and send you on a couple 3 and outs, it exposes you, right? And at this point, I can say that because I've had 13, 14, 15 games to see it.
Yep.
It's just not this coach's for life. Look at how we started, man. We come out right out the gate, throwing. Look at how, what'll better tell you is look how teams are starting to play you. They have no fear. They're starting to trust their front four to whip you. We ain't got to convert nothing. We ain't got to get no additional resources. Let's just line up in 2 safety high, play some sort of zone, some sort of tamper, some sort of quarters, and we'll be just fine. If you play Georgia like that, the running back is probably going to have 80 yards at the half, guaranteed. They're going to probably run the ball 30 times if you don't put a safety down in the box. No, Alabama can't do that for some reason. I say this until God called me home. I have yet to see, and Bevo, I ain't even mad at you, bro. Talk as much as you want. You know what I'm saying? We deserve it. I have yet to see, and Oklahoma had this problem early. Texas had this problem. I have yet to see a team that is physical passing the ball 70% of the time. Can you be physical pass proing over and over and over and over? Your offensive linemen don't get in the rhythm. Look at what Indiana done, my people. They lined up and they beat us. They just lined up and ran the ball right at you, whether it was 2 yards, whether it was even losing a yard or two sometimes.
They've played that way all year round, Coach.
All year. 38 attempts, I think he said, Jance. And they ran. And guess what happened with our linebackers? They was getting beat up, brother. They was getting. I know that feeling. I know that feeling, bro. You can't tell me. I remember.
Up.
Boy, yeah, boy.
Swallowed up, man.
When you start, and I'm gonna tell you what'll happen. That old, I ain't gonna say it on your channel, Brent. That old BITCH will come at you without you even knowing it's there. Bishop, you know how it is when a team is just pounding on you. And at some point in the game, you see that corner with that look in his face. Please don't run over here. Just please don't let him go the other way.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying, Jim?
I get it. I tore my UCL. When it's only only so much you can take, man. It's only so much you can take as a line.
So much you can take, man.
I tore my UCL in college trying to when these linemen keep getting to the second level, and of course as a line, like you got to take on certain blockers. Yeah, I tore my UCL trying to do that type of crap because when it's just nothing but physicality, and these guys are running the football downhill, or and again they weren't going. I mean, they were going a little bit more east to west, but for the most part, I mean, we said the same thing. They were going to run zone, but the difference is their offensive line. They know how to communicate extremely well. They know how to get the back. They know how to pick up the backside, the backside extremely well. They know how to seal off the edge. They know how to turn you out. They know how to get to the second. They know how to climb to the second level. And I'm telling you, like, it's one of the worst feelings, man, when you're facing a 290-pound, 300-pound lineman going over and over and over and over again. And you got to take on the blocks. You got to try to stack and shed. There's only so much you can do before eventually you're like, I can't take it anymore. Like if mentally you can't succumb to it, I can tell you your body's gonna succumb to it.
Yeah.
That's how injuries start.
That's right.
Let me say something for you guys.
I'm gonna come right to you, bitch. Let me get these super chats real quick before you start piling up. Pat with the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate it. He said Grubb has sabotaged Alabama offense this season. He has no idea how to adjust to a good defense. Grubb got to go. Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate you for that, brother. Shout out to Kim always being here, one of the most loyal people on this channel. Appreciate you always being a member for 5 months. Love watching you every day. Much love, big bro. Appreciate you always. That's what I said. You always show love and be here like a lot of folks always. So thank you, Kim. Always. Thanks, Kim. And of course, our good brother Dwight for being a member for 3 months. He said the O-line making the same mistakes.
Facts, Dwight. Yep. That's an important comment right there. That's an important. Coach Al just said, look, that what Dwight just said, brother Bishop. That's an important comment, man.
Yeah, and that's why. Thank you. Lead that up because I want to point to. Remember, it was a while back, and we said both of our OC coordinators came out the pack.
Yeah.
What was the pack known for?
slinging that thing over the field,
On the
all over the
football.
field.
Slinging this thing, but also every now and then run the ball. They have got this year. We have got exposed, and now they need to pass their final exam, and they need to look themselves in the mirror and realize you cannot do that anymore. You have to be able to establish the run, because 16 carries is not enough.
Yeah.
It's not. You can't even get a lather as a running back.
No, you can't.
That's
You're
a
right.
fact.
And that's why
That-
your quarterback finished the game watching from the sideline, man. The
That's a
cumulative
whole
hits
fact.
kind of
Say it
added
live,
up.
Coach Al. Say
That's
live.
it.
Because the guy,
That's it.
man, yeah, he's not that built. He's not built like that. I mean, look at what happened to Julius saying last night, man. He was getting tossed around like a rag
Same
doll.
thing.
Okay?
Say it, Coach Al.
Because these
Same
guys
thing.
are punishing him,
Same
man.
thing.
You know, when you start feeling people around you as a quarterback, man, you can't get comfortable, man. You know, and it's gonna speed you up. That's exactly what they did. They sped him up. You know, I mean, even Oregon's quarterback, man, Texas Tech linemen were giving him the blues, man. You know,
Yep.
it's just the fact that Texas Tech offense was inept. They was even worse than us. You know, and you know, I mean, so let's just face it, man. You can't play championship football unless you can win the line of scrimmage. Period.
Trap Nell just put this up here. He said Hill and Riley combined for 8 carries.
But you know what's funny? That seemed like an average day. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
That's
just
Hey,
seems like an
now
average
you see
day.
16. That was
That's
8.
real.
So it was only 8 more left.
And how many did Austin Mack have? he was in the garbage time. Dang, that's it about us.
It's facts.
Hey,
Let's
man.
have the garbage time. Golly.
I just
Hey.
want to point this out to a few people, man. I understand a lot of people don't like what we're saying, but we're Alabama fans, man. It's okay, man. The sun will come out tomorrow. I'm pretty much one of the most patient people you can meet, somewhat. But if you feel some type of way, you already know, man. You feel like that good old hurt feeling report.
Hurt feelings
man.
report, boy.
Shit, I need to fill
HFR.
out one tonight because my feelings hurt.
Mine too.
Tendonism. They need to put tendonism, nigga. That's how tender I feel right now.
Look, let me say this to Bishop, B. Sharp. Bishop, you make one hell of a point right there, brother, and it's the truth. But I do believe at this point, and God knows I don't like calling for nobody's job. I try not to ever do that. But what I will say is, I won't say fire it. We need a change at the offensive line, coach. Like what Dwight said, that took the words right out of my mouth, bro. This has been the worst offensive. I believe this year to me has been the worst I've ever saw. Like
I know, Coach, you can say it. He can go to Thailand, retire. He's old enough. Go to Thailand. You know, you go to Southeast Asia, go to Vietnam, retire, get yourself a little 5-year DTV visa. You can just chill. These people are making millions. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're not like a lot of us, man. When we have to kind of grind it out for the mud, and we, no, these people are making millions, and they have enough to retire. He needs to go. He needs to get fired. Will he do it? I doubt it, because that's just one of his best friends, and he came up with them, and he's been coaching with them for about a decade plus. But it's just like it is what it is. Like he should have been gone last year. There is like as much as I'm thinking to myself that maybe these players just don't fit you. These players are 4- and 5-star guys.
Yeah,
they're not. I know they're not that bad. But at the same time, though, when you keep rotating your offensive line, I don't know. Like he's got to go. Like you can't. Well, I've never seen us rotate as much on the offensive line before. Ever.
Hey, Jess, hold up a second. IU has some musical chairs too, man. Okay, let's say that now. Let's say that. IU, because we were talking about how bad that right tackle was, but he was not the starting right tackle. He was actually the starting right guard. 67 was the starting right tackle. He was dinged up for a few games there. Mm-hmm. But they had some movement in their offensive line, but they had continuity, is what we're trying to say here. Okay.
Yeah.
You in the course of a 16-game schedule, if you go that far, offensive linemen gonna get dinged because they pound each other all the time. That's just inevitable. If you can go that far and not get dinged up and not banged up, you better have 7 guys. You better have a swing guard, a swing tackle, or somebody that can hold up and understand the calls and everything like that and everything. But more importantly, they better have a physical mentality that they want to dominate their box. That's what's missing on our line. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I please get a question to Coach Al?
Oh, go
for
it.
What's up? What's up,
Did
Alex?
you already state it, Alex? Is it a previous question, or do you want to go ahead and ask it? I got a question for Coach Al. Right here. He said, I got a question for Coach Al. All the scheme aside, it's right above Kimberly's and
my fault.
Bones.
My fault.
Yeah. There it is right there. Yeah.
You got it.
Okay.
Says,
There you go, Coach Al. Go
all
ahead.
schemes aside, how exactly did Saban Alabama lose tonight? We lost because, let me put it this way. Every coach, first thing he do when he bring in his staff or whatever, he talks about his philosophy. And that's like the foundation that your house sit on. Okay? And you got to understand, if your house is built on sand, basically. So I'm just going to say it philosophically like that. That's how we lost tonight. Our philosophy had cracks in the foundation. And when you put the weight of the force of a team like that on top of it, it cracks. And more importantly, what happens is it's going to crack behind the scenes that you don't even see with the coaches, the players, people throwing helmets. It's just going to blow up because you got demoralized tonight. That's how we lost tonight. Indiana didn't do anything that they hadn't been doing all year long. They got comfortable right after. They got comfortable after that first defensive series that we showed them some looks that we hadn't been doing. We got out of character. They didn't panic. They went right back to what they were doing, got right back into their groove, and went down the field 95 yards. That's how we lost. They didn't look back. That's how we lost tonight. So what we didn't do, for instance, I'll tell you something else, technically speaking. I looked at a ton of tape. And I knew that if we could double team 95 and get him out of there, he was a catalyst to their defensive line movement and everything. They use that guy as their stud guy. He's a move guy. He's a twitchy guy. He gets off blocks. He makes a lot of tackles for loss. He's a freaking stud. We never said, okay, we're going to take him out and make you fundamentally change the way you play defense. So we never had a strategy around that which can control their line. So that's how we lost tonight, because we couldn't sustain drives and our defense stayed on the field. Oh, and by the way,
they did.
Special teams again is another thing. For instance, I'll tell you one other thing. We talked about it all. Why are we going to try to return a kickoff and we can't block anybody? Right after we tried to return the kickoff, we went 3 and out. Our kicker kicked it 30 yards. They had field position. They go down and score.
We talked about that. Facts.
So you asking me how we lost tonight? We lost in all 3 phases of the game, but more importantly, we lost between our ears, and our philosophy was flawed. That's how we lost.
And let me add this too, Coach Al. Alex, if you want to know when he says philosophy, what our philosophy is, I'll sum it up to you in one play. We end up running Ty Simpson out there to be a protector on the punt. Like they don't know that the deadgum quarterback is the damn, I don't know what that was, so I'm not even going to speak on it. They clearly know you wasn't going to say hike, right? Then you run your offense back out there to go for it on 4th and 1. You have Daniel Hill in the Wildcat. Okay, cool. I'll take my chances with Daniel running right off the 2, right off the 1. Maybe we wouldn't have got it. Maybe we would have. I'll take it. You know, the quickest way to get somewhere is a straight line, right? What do? We bring Jeremy Bernard across the formation and give him a handoff out on the edge and get stuffed and lose 2 or 3 yards.
They out leverage it.
Yeah, out leverages. If you want to know our philosophy, that word we use, that's it right there. That was a weak, juicy, take the J off and add, play. that told me you have no cojones. You let them punk you right there. Go back
and look at what Miami did to Ohio State.
Facts.
That's a difference in philosophy.
Look at what Miami did to Ohio State. They enjoyed beating them boys up, man. They was talking to them and letting them know that.
And let me piggyback on what you just said. Stay right there. Think about it. You said Jeremy Bernard takes almost like a sweep play with Jeremy. Haven't they seen that in the film study? You don't think they were ready for that?
Yep.
Then on top of that,
Georgia. Yep.
Think about it. You got 1 yard to get.
1 yard.
Why are you running east and west and not north and south?
That is crazy to me.
So, case in point, last night when Miami wanted to bully Ohio State, did you see number 81 go in the game?
81.
And I was texting you guys, that
Yep.
guy's an offensive tackle wearing number 81.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Because Coach
And I've been
Carl
saying it
spoke
all
to
year
him.
long, man. If we
Yep.
want to run the football, put 81 on what's that guy name? Not Michael Carroll, but the other one we brought in. The other freshman tackle. Put him in the game and call it 13 person.
Yeah.
Indiana,
what
Indiana did it with Carter Smith when they just had him
Who?
lined up as a fullback. Indiana
Who's that?
did it.
Yeah,
Carter
but-
Smith. He did it with
yeah,
65.
just get heavy, man.
Motion and just
Yeah,
ran
just
him
get
out.
heavy, because what happens at that point in time, now, no, they can't play you strong weak. You can run weak side, you got a heavy set over there, man, and you just run a lead play straight up. Okay, I'm just basic football, man. We trying to get too cute at Alabama now, man. You know what I mean?
said it.
You can't do that. I'm just
Yeah.
You want to care how we lost the game, man. Man, coach, I'm an old school coach, man. You know, I want to mash your face and some SHI, you know.
That's
Gonna,
it.
it's like
Yes.
a dog doing in your house, and you want to break him, you put his nose in it, right?
Yes.
So I'm just
Facts.
saying, that's how I want to beat you. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna break it down. I have a theory of nothing. Okay, the theory of nothing is this: we ain't giving the opponent nothing. We ain't leaving nothing on the field. At the end of the day, you get nothing from me. So nothing means everything. Okay, that's how I tell my boys. We ain't giving them squat. We want to beat them 50-0. Okay, we want to beat them in the parking lot. We want to beat them in the locker room. We don't want to give them
Facts.
nothing. We don't want to even give them a chance. We don't even want to give them nothing to breathe. The theory of nothing means everything. If you don't have a philosophy where you don't want to choke the crap out of your opponent, then guess what? And when you let up off the mat, you give them a shot. You give them life.
And not only that, go ahead.
Indiana choked us out tonight because their philosophy. Look at that coach on the sideline. The guy never smiles. Even his players on the sideline know they better not be laughing and joking if they up 20-0, because they're gonna have to deal with him.
Yep.
Right.
We got players over there throwing their helmets off. You know, and
So you want to know what I mean by philosophy? Can't you feel me right now? That's what I'm
Not
talking
only-
about.
yeah, not only that, the understand is Indiana was ready for a phone booth fight, a war.
That's who they are.
They invited Bama in and say, look, come in this phone booth and let's just duke it out.
Right.
And may the best team win.
Right.
Here's the deal. What Coach Allen is actually saying is actually edifying exactly what all of us have put out there for you guys. The little details is where things got amiss along with the scheme. You cannot play a game and not run the ball more than 16 times. You can't establish, and then on top of that, then they don't trust your run. So guess what they're doing? They're sitting back and making sure they're playing their defense to cover any of the wide receivers. They're daring you to run the ball.
Right.
And in order to do that, you got to go run the ball and run it in their face. And you say, look, I'm gonna come right back to this hole. You meet me in the hole, and we're gonna find out who's the best.
Right.
This is the type of game that you guys established. You established that to where anytime anybody play Bama, you better bring your A game and you better be ready to fight in a phone booth.
That's right.
Let me.
But-
I hope I answered this question. I hope I
Let me
answered
get
your
this
question.
one.
shout out Cody. What's up, Cody? My brother
My
Cody
fault.
right there.
I asked how many likes it is. Jeremy told me it's only 81. Man, we have 183 people on YouTube. Man, hit the like button. It costs you $0.00.
Even if it's the Notre Dame fans, I know that all the Notre Dame fans are going to be, they're celebrating this shit like it's.
I don't know what they celebrate before y'all quitters. Quitters. You guys ain't even want to play in your bowl game. Who they were gonna play in the Park Talk Bowl? BYU. BYU was gonna beat that ass. So I don't want to hear nothing from no Notre Dame fan. Beat Alabama. Oops. Sorry.
Facts, bro.
But go ahead, my fault. Just hit the like button. It costs you $0.00.
All I say is this, man. For me, hard-nosed physicality and toughness will always beat finesse and trickery. That's just the bottom line for me, man. It'll always be finesse and trickery, man. You know, if you want to sum Alabama's offense up, look no farther than that 4th and 1 where we chose to give Jeremy Bernard an X end around, you know, and you got Daniel Hill trying to fool somebody at Wildcat. That's not gonna fool well-coached teams. We done that same thing against Georgia, except we ran a little orbit motion with Latsier and he got smacked in the Georgia game. Same way, right? Physical football, man. Line up, get you in 12, 13 personnel, and like Coach Al said, you mash them. For us to even try to do that, if I'm a defensive guy, I'd have got so hype about that. Oh, they scared, and just to hurt the rest of the Bama feelings, I challenge you not to go listen to what they're saying in the interviews. Please don't. Don't go listen to what the players are saying. It's gonna really make you mad. You on mute, Coach.
Nettie saw us go 4th and 1 and we went wide like that. He knew he had us.
He knew he had us. Yeah. If you know, you know, bro.
He knew he had us.
Don't listen to what they players saying because y'all gonna be really mad.
Yeah, he knew he had us.
Game they've had.
Like, come on, man. You know, this ain't, you know, we plan to go to the championship game, man. And this is a possession kind of deal. It's about the possessions. It's about field position. It's about momentum swings. You don't try to give the opponent the teammate that's called momentum.
That's facts. It's all facts, bro.
Coach Shawn, maybe they should hear it because you know what? Because somebody, you know, there's somebody powerful, and you know, we got our people from Alabama. Maybe they do. They need to watch this. They need to.
You might be right,
Lynn's in the chat. Lynn's in the chat.
Lynn, you gotta form Voltron, Lynn. Lynn, you gotta form Voltron. You gotta assemble the Avengers. So you need to listen to what you're investing your money into. Because what we're investing our money into, we're not getting a return on our investment. Like this is beyond putrid. Like
Lynn know the game too. Lynn played too. He know like, just like we do.
It's insane. We're not physical. Like we can't. We don't have the capabilities offensively. I'm not gonna say defensively. Offensively, to be physical. It's not that we don't have the potential to be physical. It's the fact that we don't have the capability to be physical. We don't have the capability. There's 0% of us being physical. That's a problem. And so what are we putting our money into? Why are we spending hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars bringing the recruits in if we can't properly develop them to do the one basic thing that football requires you to do, which is to be physical? So I'm telling you, it's got to start from the top. Like we have to go back to the beginning roots in terms of how do we establish a successful football program? Because right now we're lagging behind.
I didn't want to say this one real quick because I just seen this one on Twitter. I thought it was the most perfect analogy for Indiana. Shout out to KJ Henry. He said Indiana is that AAU team of white kids that's fundamental as fuck and can shoot the hell out of the ball. You underestimate them, then they just come out there and start lighting you up.
I'm telling you, they're that white country.
You get pissed off when they running sets on you and back picking you to death. Okay, you know, you getting pissed off because you can't stop. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where that A cut coming from, that B cut coming from. You don't know where none of that's coming from. So don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I said, man.
I hate on Indiana. I love it. I'm a junkie, man. I can watch football 9 days a week. Okay. I absolutely love what they did to us tonight from a period standpoint. Because they did what they do. Yeah.
Don't look now, but your middle linebackers are still getting up off the ground.
Yeah.
Still.
Too little.
Getting swallowed. Getting swallowed. I mean, but Jen, you play back. Look at you ain't catching blocks like that. You may not like them, but you're trying to hit it head on, right? You're trying to play so that guy can play off you, right? So he can force that backer some way so he can play off of you. You got to feel. You can't catch. And here's the thing. I use experienced players. They study film. They are smart. They are half a step ahead of you when they already know what you're going to run.
Yep.
That guy, Aiden, whatever his name, he's a half a step faster because he's smart. Now he get to the next level, it's gonna normalize. He's gonna be a special team guy. Okay, but at college level, okay, the guy's balling because he's out thinking you already.
Yep. And it's weird because he runs a 4.8. He's not fast, but
that's why you laughed when I said that. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm like, I'm like,
good knows good, brother.
Look, I've been playing long enough to know physicality. If you beat a team up enough, it'll make you look fast.
Hey, right? Everson Walls came out of Grambling. He was a 4.7. Yeah. Okay, playing cornerback for the Cowboys. He played in the league for 15 years because he was right here. Okay. Yeah.
Look, their guards getting up to our linebackers. Our guards, they're trying to get up to the second level. The linebacker already ran around them and making the play. I've seen that so many times.
Making the plays.
Yeah. So, and we still trying to, and I've been seeing this for weeks after weeks after weeks after weeks. You didn't move them from tackle to guard, and the same thing is happening.
Like it's musical chairs.
Like it's musical chairs. Hey, at some point, when you blame the coaches.
No. And I wanted to piggyback right there. You see the physicality? They were getting up to the second level.
Oh, yeah.
And and then Bama wasn't. That's what we're talking about. The physicality where you're losing. That's the integral part of the fundamentals. Yep. That's just fundamentals football. That's, one-on-one. That's the first thing you're learning is that you got to keep people clean. They kept people clean and Bama didn't. Then on top of that, they made you like it because they weren't going to let up.
Right.
I didn't want to shout out to CJP 2389. Said, does Coach DeBoer know he in the SEC? I hope so. I hope so. Because if you don't know, best believe the door will find you very fast. If you don't know, you better find out quick. I hope you know.
The comment that Eric Foreman, thank you, CJP. The comment that Eric Foreman said, I already heard that from one of my partners on the text, so I don't even want to listen to it. I know it's got to be something for two people to say the same thing. Eric, my homeboy, just text me like, bro, don't even listen to this man's post-game interview. I swear the same thing. So, oh, man, I don't even want to listen to it now, bro.
Man. I'm about to say we all going well, I ain't gonna say all. I'm about to say, of course, man, like I said, man, it's an ass whooping. In a lot of ways, man, in a lot of ways, I feel like I take the Coach Saban approach when it comes to this stuff, man. Like when we win games, I'm always like, yeah. Only time I'm like really, really happy is when we beat our rivals, like our main rivals and stuff like that. But outside of that, I'm just like, all right, let's celebrate this and move on because I don't really care about it that much. I more get excited like when I see losses like this because I remember all the pregame hype with a lot of our fans when they like to talk. Oh man, we're gonna blow these guys out by this. Oh, they just this and they that. I'm like, okay. I hope that I want us to do that every game, but I'm realistic at the same time. So to see stuff like this, man, I feel like a lot of people just needed some of that humble pie. It's just something that Nick Saban love. When those players get too high and they take a loss, he'd be like, oh, now y'all get to listen to me again. Now I get to coach you up and do all this other stuff. So
that's right.
So, man, it's just like, hey, man, we'll get over it, man. It'll be all right. I'm about to say, I know we took this L, and a lot of folks gonna get more victories just off us losing. That lets you know which program is up here and which program is down here. It's a difference. I don't worry about other teams' program when they're at bottom tail. They're like, that's where they're supposed to be. It doesn't bother me. But Bones said this about you.
What's that?
He said, ask Coach Shawn what he eats.
I don't know if you can see that.
Whoa.
Got a little cornbread right there.
Collard
greens, some pork roast,
black-eyed peas,
macaroni, and some black-eyed peas for the new year. And some tater salad, too.
There you go. Man, you talking.
Yeah, I don't do that fast food stuff. I like the home cooked stuff. Right?
Man, you eat that's a sleeping pill.
You remember that video? You know that video that Shannon Sharp did when he was like, "These are oxtails, macaroni." Hold on, I'm about to pull that video up, man. That's how you were looking right there, man.
I definitely had my collard greens and black eyed peas today, no doubt.
Yes,
and cornbread. Don't get it twisted.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to get it in.
Yeah, I understand, man. Yeah, they're not making it happen. That's why I say, man, you always gotta adjust. It's always adjustments in there, man. That's why, like, hey, bro, you just gotta make adjustments. Everybody, once he find that group of guys that he can mesh with, man, then we gotta ride with that. Said Nettie got his guys.
Facts.
Yeah.
Mario Cristobal got his guys.
That's right.
Kirby Smart got his guys. I'm just telling you.
You
a lot of
it
these
now. Yeah, you talking it. You
so,
talking
man,
it now.
Yeah. Like, hey, man, you gotta be patient, man. I'm telling you, man, a lot of people just got on this high horse. That's why when we had the season that we had last year, I was like, bro, I just remember growing up. I didn't see our first championship. Well, I was born in 91. The 92 team, of course, I don't remember at all. But my daddy and them know about it. Rest in peace. I was about to say they knew about that. I never seen that. I didn't see my first national championship until freshman year of college. And that's the golden age. But I remember how we was for years. People don't want to be fans. You show me you a fan when you lose to Auburn 6 years in a row and you still got to hold your head up high.
Lose to Tennessee how many years in a row?
6 years in a row.
How many you lost to Tennessee? Remember Tennessee? How many years we lost to Tennessee?
Man, Tennessee.
Several.
Yeah, you remember the Mike Dumbo's years? Mike Dumbo's years? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We got Mike Price at the strip club.
Mike Price, Mike Shula.
Ain't even had the job 24 hours already let go, man. Like, man, come on, man.
The strip club.
This is nothing. This is nothing. I'm telling you, man. This people that
are bumping 50 Cent.
Like, I'm saying, Coach, man, folks that get this mad and just want to just go off the handles and just, I'm about to be in the transfer portal and all that. Hey, it is what it is. I've been a fan since starter jackets.
Hey, Brisky. Mike Price was bumping 50 Cent when he wasn't worth a quarter.
with the school credit card.
In the club. You played last night, Coach Shawn.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he was a gangster. He using the school credit card.
Hey,
I'll put it like this. As bad as we are right now, I can name at least how many teams in D1 football? In D1 football, probably like 120 something or
133 or something like that. Yeah, it's in the
30 or something like that. I can guarantee you it's not 10 programs better. It's probably not 100 and it's 120 some odd programs that want to be us. We can be worse than this. I promise you, we really can be worse. Don't believe we can't be worse. Go be an Ole Miss fan. Yeah, they in the playoffs right now. They may even win the national championship game. But how long do you want to be an Ole Miss fan for the next 20 years? Do you want to be a Florida fan for the next 20 years? South Carolina, Wisconsin, Maryland, Indiana. So
my partner Cody want to know this. He texted me, said, ask the guys for me if they believe DeBoer has the guts to make changes he needs to make the staff and the culture and the play style of play to match the play style of play. What you guys think about that?
I'll take that.
That's a real good question. I can't say it confidently that I believe.
I would take it like this. He's a CEO of a company, and the CEO answers to the board of directors.
That's okay.
Fact. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. So there will be some discussions. I can guarantee you that. And he's the face of the program. Okay. But at this time, he hasn't earned the cred that he could be the face of the program and the foundation of the program, the undercurrent of how things really run. He could get there, I think. Okay. I think if he makes the right choices with staff, and I think he's a highly intelligent man. Don't get it twisted. You don't get to this level of not being a highly intelligent man. Everywhere this guy has gone, he's had success. That's no fluke. That's who he is. Now, from a philosophy standpoint, I'm gonna go back to that again. it may not be in step with the sustained physicality week in, week out that you're gonna see in the gauntlet of what we think is the SEC. This bowl season has shown otherwise, but we do know game in and week out, the SEC is kind of unmatched in terms of the level of play. So I think that get a guy some time, like Brensky was saying, this is year 2. And he's smart. Anybody that's smart that runs a company knows, and the best thing that you can do is this: realize that you're not that smart, that you can also receive input and guidance to make it better. You can get smart people around you, okay, to have success for the whole thing. And I truly believe he wants legacy. I truly believe he wants success, which means that he's going to step back and pump the brakes. No dummy does that. This guy's no dummy.
Yeah.
Whether you see it on the outside, they won't put their business out there in the street. But you can best believe there are going to be some fundamental things. He's going to get a lot of heat. We're going to find out if he can truly stand up to the test of this fire to make that iron harder.
Yeah.
If he does, if he comes out the other end, okay, oh boy, we're going to have something.
I agree.
If he doesn't, he's going to be out. And we're going to go through some tough times the next 2 or 3 years.
And it's plain and simple. It's just that simple. Either you going to barbecue or mildew. What you going to do?
Yeah,
Facts.
right.
I even take it this farther, man. We gave Coach DeBoer flowers, and second year, everything good. He's okay. We got beat. Okay, cool, whatever. I do believe this is also a transition for him, because clearly for the last 2 years, we can all see, even if you don't know football, you can definitely tell what this coach comes from the last 2 years. You can see where his every coach has their philosophy, like Coach Al was saying. You can see what his philosophy is between 2 different coordinators, Nick Sheridan and Ryan Grubb. He has got to see you will not beat the better competition on a regular. You may go to Georgia early in the season and get a win, but after the weeks and weeks pass and teams get better and teams find out their identity, you have got to see now, especially with how many close wins we've had, that even somebody as great as DeBoer still got to constantly learn. Still got to. What made Kirby so great? He's still adjusting. He's still constantly growing.
What made Nick so great?
What made Nick so great? Facts. He brought Lane in, completely changed his whole philosophy.
Nick was always ahead of it. He was always ahead of the curve.
Facts.
Always ahead. He's projecting out. Hey, this is coming down the pipe.
I see.
Which a lot of folks like to give him grief for, and then when it happened, then it's just like, I know a few people that's in the chat that still used to be that way with him, and then they end up agreeing with him in the end.
He's told you the truth. It's either adapt or die.
That's right.
This offense that we're running right now, it's not effective against the better competition. It's just not, and we got to change it, man. Just simple and plain.
Hey, the portal opens tomorrow.
Oh man, it's about to be one of the craziest 2-week periods that we're gonna ever see in this sport.
There's a lot of high emotions in our locker room right now.
Yeah.
Courtney Morgan's gonna be busy tonight. He's not gonna sleep.
And what Coach, you want to
what's that?
You want to talk about that? Cause I think this pertains to like what stuff like that, like what we talking about now.
I'll say let me say this. I know exactly, Bree.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let me say this. Coach Al, he know too.
Oh, okay.
When y'all see kids, man, transferring, jumping in the portal, try not to be upset at the kid, bro, because a lot of times it's not the kid. It's a lot of these coaches. I told y'all before, and Jans has told you before, a lot of these coaches have egos too, man. They do. They want to feel like the coach. They want to feel like, this is my work, or look what I done, or I want the shiny new toy. Or I'm telling y'all, coaches have egos too on that staff. So when you see all these kids that potentially maybe going to portal, don't blame the kid. Don't bad talk the kid, because there are situations out there where these coaches are making these kids get in the portal. And this is a whole fact. What I'm telling you is not this is not a coaching opinion. This is something I know personally for a fact. You know what I'm saying? So every situation is different, man. Please do not beat these kids up when you see them going to portal, because the kid that you beating up, it may not have been his choice to leave, right? It may have been certain coaches telling this kid, you got to leave. You know what I mean?
Hey, Coach Shawn, let's stay on that point there too.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about it for a second. You look at the landscape of college football right now, and how the money game is so important, and how every school is getting a general manager.
Keep going, Coach L. I hear you. Keep going.
Yeah, at the next level, the general manager manages the cap. They have a draft room, they have scouts, they do everything, and they draft players and everything. So let's just say you got a player at left tackle, or what position. You're going to allocate so much money for that position by depth. Okay, college football is getting the same way. They can only pay so much. Okay, to so many, like Brisky and these guys, and Jansen was saying, you know, do you go to the portal, or do you go to the high school level and you start trying to stack rosters? Well, now a lot of these teams are going to incentive-based kind of NIL deals where they're not giving the whole bag to a freshman. They're giving it out in increments, and Alabama's at the forefront of that. So you're going to start seeing this stuff based on what they identify as that position of need. Just like an edge rusher gets so much money versus an interior guard. The pay scale is different. So now you're going to have 4 or 5 stars at an edge. No, you can't afford that. Okay. So what you got to do, you're going to have 2 guys you pay in the bag. The third guy is a developmental guy at those low-cost, prestige position: wide receiver, quarterback, edge rusher, left tackle, cornerback, that kind of thing. So, like Coach Shawn is saying, it's changing to where it's not just a kid just jumping. Sometimes there is a kid just jumping in the portal, but in some cases, it's them managing their roster based on the financial payout and how they want to build their team. Goes back to philosophy. Who do you want to be? What kind of team do you want to be? Do you want to be the boxer who swings wide, or the guy who punches you with a straight right hand down the pipe and knock your ass out? Okay.
Yeah, man, because a whole lot of things, man. One thing, we talking on some personally, but just speaking on this, man, one thing I cannot stand, man, really, all these players that's on our team, man, shout out to them. Whether they play bad or good, man.
That's right.
Because a lot of people that talk mess about these kids couldn't even do 1% of what they do.
It's whole fact.
You love them when they on y'all team and all that, but you bash them the second they get off your team. We don't program like that, because I guarantee you, them same people that's talking bad about these kids will be the first one to try to take a picture when they see them. And so, man, when you had these kids and they on your team, man, just appreciate them while they there. Just appreciate them while they there. I understand, man. I'm telling you, the prime example of all this, I've seen a lot of people talk down on Caleb Downs when he left. We all wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
But how can I blame a man for being in control of his life?
It's fact.
It's his life.
You wouldn't turn down a couple of $1 million. As an adult, you wouldn't do that.
Not to mention, too, Saban left. If Saban would have stayed, he would have stayed. A lot of those players, Julian Sands, Caleb Downs, he talked about on his podcast. He said, "Yeah, as soon as Saban left, I went there. I went to another university as soon as Saban left. Saban was the reason I came to Alabama." That's a lot of these guys, they don't have ties to Bama. They don't have any family that's in Bama. They don't have any acknowledgement of the history. They don't even know who Bear Bryant is. They see the statue, but they don't know who Bear Bryant is. That's right. A lot of the kids that come to the university, they come because of the coaching staff. mainly positional coaches, because that's the most
right.
time you're spending with. You're not spending most time with the head coach.
Rob
You're
left.
spending most of your time in the
Coach
position.
Saban left.
Yeah.
All
Like,
those
Malik,
guys.
Malik Benson.
Malik
Let's throw
Benson.
that name
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Let's throw that name out there.
Yeah.
He came to Bama, highly touted. For whatever reason, he didn't feel like he fit or something. He could have, you never know. It could have been a coaching thing. It could have been like, hey, you're not our guy. They, let's put it this
Or
way.
he could have been told, Coach Al,
yeah,
hey man, you got to go.
yeah,
made to hop in the portal. This is.
He goes to Florida State. Same deal. He out to Oregon. He the man. Emmanuel Henderson out there in Kansas, balling. K-Law up in Kentucky, gonna get drafted this year. Caught 52 passes or something like that at Kentucky, of all places. Okay, so sometimes you just don't fit somewhere, man. So it's like this. If there's any young man out there listening to this, let this be a lesson to you right now that you are a man now. You go into these power schools to go to the league. You go to the league, you sign a contract. That contract is only good for that year, and the signing bonus that you get, they can cut you tomorrow. And guess what? You're gonna have to go somewhere else. Okay? So what? This is a business now. So you have to invest in yourself, okay? And what you are earning as a contractual amount. You can't go out and squander your money, okay? So go out and be a professional about it, okay? You may not fit at this place. Then you're gonna get somebody's gonna love you. If you can play at Alabama, somebody's gonna love you. I can promise you that.
Yeah, man. And just talk about it a little bit more, man. I told you, man, I really hate when people just bash these kids, man. The second they don't want to be here at your program. And I'm not even talking necessarily us, talking about other programs and stuff. And I just see how people switch up. Just be honest, man. That's some fake shit. That's all it is, man. You just talking down on these kids because they want to go somewhere else. They're just fake. They just let me know because I'm telling you, Coach Al know I'm telling the truth. Coach Shawn know I'm telling the truth. And fans know I'm telling the truth. The second they are in your face, you'll be damn near fumbling your phone trying to take a picture after you just talk bad about them. So, man, I just say, man, think about what you're saying about people that want to, especially people that you don't know. They probably got in the portal because somebody probably told them they got to get in the portal.
It's a fact.
They probably want to be here the most.
Yep.
But y'all don't know that. They just getting kicked to the curb. But he don't want to be here. We Alabama or whoever. I'm just using us. But so, man, just be humble.
How about this one? You the SEC offensive player of the year as a freshman.
Yep. And
then you get benched, okay, in favor of another guy, all right, in an important game. And everybody beating you up, saying you're a running back. You shouldn't be playing quarterback. But now the guy wears a green jersey with Eagles on the side of the man number one with a Super Bowl ring.
And with Super Bowl MVP.
I guarantee you, he come back here, all the people who dogged him out gonna want to take a picture with him. And say built by Bama.
And Travell, I get you, man. If they ain't wearing your jersey, forget them. That's cool. That's nice. I just want to know one thing. If they right in front of you, I know for a fact you'll be the first one holding your camera out. I'm not too fanned out that I just want to tell the kid, hey, man, wish you luck. I take a picture with an Auburn player. It don't bother me. Like, I'm a fan of the game, man. And I'm not about to tell nobody what to do with their life. If you so loyal, you loyal to your team, I hope you ain't that loyal to your job because your job ain't loyal to you like that. Just want to keep it real for you because your job ain't loyal to you like that.
You know what I'm saying?
So going back to it though, I guess we're talking on something else, and we know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, we know.
But the portal, it does open tomorrow, and we will be impacted. I don't think we're gonna have another year like we had last year where we had no defections. I don't think so. I think some of that.
Gonna get hit.
Yeah, some of that is because of roster management. A lot of it, and I think today should be an inflection point. If you know what that means a complete change in direction of where you're going because of how you lost today.
Yep.
There should be an inflection point as to, is the program going to be on an upward trend or a downward trend? Because today, a loss like today, it exposes you and it shows you your warts on what you are not.
Big time.
And what truly is required to get to that next level. That's what today shows. So I'm a glass half full kind of stuff. I got, you play this game long enough, you've been around this game long enough, you're gonna be on the receiving end of what we got today. And that should only make you better.
Yep.
Not worse. Not with the resources Bama got.
Man, if I don't work, I'm but you don't. I didn't want to point out something, everybody. This is an Auburn fan. You don't go to the school either,
That's a fact.
and they ain't. I promise you, they can care less if you cheering for the team or not.
They
As long
definitely
as that
don't.
money green, that's the only thing that matters to them. Don't let that go over your head.
I tell people all the time.
College football is a business now.
It definitely is, Coach Al.
Bingo.
It's a business. You better know it. It's a business, man. Fans are loyal to these universities, and I get it. You know, if they ain't wearing crimson, the battle cry. I get all of that, man. But when you coach these kids, you form a bunch. Some don't now. Don't get me wrong. Every coach is not like this. Some coaches are out for themselves. They trying to get the next pay raise. They trying to be the next offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, some other place. They could care less, man. They'll smile at you. They recruit you, tell you all the great things. And as soon as the first day of practice, you see that's a whole nother person. That's a whole like, where did the guy go that was sitting on my couch? Like,
he talking to me like that, man. I can't believe
he talked to me like that. Yeah, this is a fact.
Man,
so you know, as a fan, I bond with the player to the point to where I understand Coach Al, understand Brent, understand Coach Jay, understand. We understand sometimes where these players be coming from, man. You know, when you as a fan and sitting at home on your couch, you have no clue what's going on behind the scenes. You have no clue. What if that was your child? Just imagine if y'all had a child that was at Tennessee. We ain't gonna say Alabama, Tennessee. And you know, the kid, your child was young. He was playing receiver, and he's young. He's talented, but in high school he played everything. He was just the best. He played everything. But when he get to Bama, he got to learn how to play that one position. Take him a year or two, put on some good weight. Great kid, straight A and B student. And then one coach, just because he ain't developing faster than somebody else, somebody come tell your kid, we don't need you no more. You know what I mean? I mean, literally that fast. Won't talk to you. He won't say nothing to you. Your teammates mad about it. Like, this stuff goes on. I'm telling you straight up. You know what I'm saying? And it pissed me off because, you know, I'm sort of close to the situation and it make me angry. You know what I'm saying? So just don't, when y'all see these kids, certain kids, don't be mad at the kid, bro. Because, you know, I'm not saying every time now, don't get me wrong. There are selfish situations out there. But what I'm saying is every time you see a kid in the portal, sometimes it's not the kid. They didn't leave him no choice. And this is a fact.
And even if they didn't leave him no choice, Coach Shawn, I'm like, man, like if it's a new regime that came in there, man, shoot, maybe they don't want to be coached under this new group of people. Like, folks got to understand, like, hey, man, Coach Saban, like, yeah, we the Alabama brand and all that, man.
Man, you better tell them.
But a lot of people only come to these schools because of these coaches.
We got a lot of Saban discounts, is what Brinsky's saying.
A whole lot of Saban discounts.
Whole lot of Saban discounts, bro.
And the scholarship is annually renewable. It's not a 4-year deal.
Who told you that today, Brinsky? Who told you that today?
I'm just telling you straight up off the top. And
that's
a lot of guys
thing, brothers. That's fact.
That I talk to, former players and whatnot. Everybody doesn't go to Alabama. Some people may go to places like you know, Cheney State or some Division II school or 1AA school, FCS now, where you may have 65 scholarships. You know, you're not going to get 85 scholarships, even at the Division II schools where you're getting 45 scholarships, 50 scholarships. And so what happens is this: the coaches leave.
Yep.
And now you're the second string guy, okay, or maybe barely second. You get some reps, but your third string, you're not the guy that just pops. He comes in and say, "Hey, I'm bringing my guy in." Now you lost your scholarship. That happens all across the country, okay?
Happens all the
And
time.
now you're not. That's real. I'm not telling you something that I don't know. I'm telling you what I know, okay? All right. And these kids come back home and they lost because they ain't got no identity outside of football. So if you listen to this, man, as a young man, approach it as a business that Saban said always. That's why he said you got to create value for yourself.
Bingo.
Okay. Football is not who you are, it's what you do. Okay. And if you're fortunate enough, you could do that, go make a good living at it and change yourself and your generational wealth in your family. Now you can do that at an earlier level because there's you're getting paid in college. Okay. But it's a business now. Okay. So the fans, I mean, you stay a fan. It's cool. But what we're gonna try to do is kind of level set everything so we can drop some knowledge on you as to what's the real out there, in this whole thing. Because we ain't talking about what we don't know. We're gonna put it out here in this space. It's gonna have some factual elements to it. Okay.
Like I said, man, we just try to give out free game, especially stuff that we do know. And a lot of that stuff we don't even put out there.
That's a
Just
fact.
stuff that we do know, man. We just play stupid like we don't know. We speaking around something. But we just trying to give folks free game on stuff, man, because a lot of people, man, just be too fanned out over these teams or whatnot. That's why I understand we upset about this game and all that. Yes, we got our ass whooped. Yeah, man, we can be better and all that shit, but it's not the end of the world, man. Sometimes you gotta sit back and just think about how the season went. I'm telling you, you'll feel better in the morning. Just close your eyes tonight and wake up in the morning. You'll feel better. I'm like, that's why I said, man, it didn't look good for us. No, I am not happy about this. Yes, I'm disappointed not that we lost, it's how we lost. That's disappointing to me. Because regardless, it's still a successful year. We could have lost by 100. It's still a successful year because a lot of people all of a sudden said we once deserved to be in the playoffs, and the team that we were supposed to lose to, we beat them already. We just lost today. Can't win them all. Shout out to Indiana. Shout out to Coach Sednetti. They did their thing. They did the job what they were supposed to do. Can't get mad at somebody for doing their job. So, hey, man, it is what it is. So we just gonna like I said, whatever happens with the players on that leave, just tell them like this, man. Especially if you see them on Twitter or Facebook or whoever, hey, man, appreciate you. Good luck to you, and send them on their way. But just
that's about it. That's about it, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
And that's it, man. Don't try to bash them. Because I'm about to say, I'm telling you, man, I just love it. I just never been down with the fake stuff because once I see somebody bash somebody, because I seen this last year, and I seen somebody talk down on a player, and the moment they got around them, can't even hold their phone in their hand trying to take a picture so fast, boy. Couldn't. No names will be said, but just know I was there, and I seen it with my eyes. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Any of y'all got final thoughts on this game before we go watch this Georgia and Ole Miss?
Man, all I'd say is shout out to Indiana. They came in and played a very physical football game, and I appreciate that type of play. I can remember when my team used to play that way, that style. I hope this is, on a silver lining type thing. Ted said that was me with Jalen. Look at Ted.
Oh, Ted, I didn't know that was you. I wasn't referring to you, but if that was you, God, no, that's even worse.
Ted,
that was even worse. Now, I will say this. He did tell me. No, he did say, "Man, I'll take on." Nah, he said, I don't want to misquote him. He said he did say some things about Jalen Milroe. And I said, I bet you won't say it in his face. And then he seen Jalen Milroe in person. Said, hell no. But he was just messing with him, man. That was like,
Yeah.
that was it. It's totally different, but it's other folks. But
Facts.
go ahead, my fault.
Oh, you good, you good. And to answer your question, Keith, I don't think they should. I don't. If easy schedules are going to be rewarded, I think we should play the easiest schedule we can possibly get. Me personally, take off Florida State, take off Ohio State, and replace them with Hubba Bubba Tech. It's cool with me, you know, because they respect them. They respect them records, man. Those records make you get those home field advantages. So, you know, I'm cool with that. But all I say in closing is, a loss is a loss, man. You know, in football, I learned more from the losses than I did the wins. You know, facts, Gelato. You know, you gotta, if you get beat like that, two things you gotta do. One, you gotta be honest with yourself, whether you was a player or a coach or a fan.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be honest with yourself, with the person you see in the mirror. Did I do what I was supposed to do? What can I be better at? Right. Two, when you find out what the answer is to that, you got to be man enough, woman enough to go do it. You know, if you know the offense has not been good, you got to do something about it as the head coach. If you know the offense has struggled, offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, wherever your weaknesses was that caused you to lose the way you lost, you've got to go fix it. You can't just put some tape over it. Let me tell you something. What was it on here when one of y'all told me, was it Brinsky, that hope is not a plan? Was that one? Did one of y'all tell me that? Somebody told me, you know how we be like, well, I hope, or faith, or hope. That ain't a plan, bro. That's not a plan.
It's not a plan.
You got to go out and you got to fix something and change it. Otherwise, you're doing the same thing, right? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Coach Carl? What's going on with you, man? Me too, Coach. Me too. But I was just speaking to that. When you get beat like that, bro, self-evaluation. Self-evaluation. That's players and coaches. We all know, as fans, we're good about telling ourselves it's going to be better. But to be honest, now the season's over, we've been seeing the same offense now since South Carolina, if I can remember. We just hadn't looked the same, whether that's the quarterback, whether it's the offensive line, whether it's the play calling, whatever. It's been a collective foobar, you know? So, you know, it's no blame to go around, brother. You just got to go fix it. Otherwise, you will continue to die in this fashion. Period. It hurts to watch Georgia playing physical brands of football and still in the playoffs. It hurts to watch Indiana, the basketball school, play a physical brand of football while we out there with playing 7-on-7. And
they hurt watching Ole Miss play physical football right now. What?
Ole Miss is doing this thing, man.
Just like Coach Jan say, Ole Miss. It hurts to watch these schools line up and beat you up and go on to the next round. Something that we used to do. So, but shout out to all the teams that won. We're in year two. We're in the playoffs. There's nowhere to go from here but up, hopefully. And hey, man, you can find me at JMHO Sports Talk on Twitter and YouTube, man. We will be back. We will be back.
I was about to say.
No
final thoughts and share your channels, gentlemen.
Yeah. You can see it in the banner right there. The negative free zone with Coach Al. 100%. NFC. Okay, that's what it's all about. I don't deal in that. I deal in reality, and I deal in the free space between my ears right here. That's not biased by this systematic world we live in that gravitates toward negativity. So I'm gonna try to encourage you every time I talk with you. I'm gonna try to meet you right where you are, and let's be collaborative in our efforts to be to live a great life. How about that? But big shout out to Ryan Williams. The guy showed some heart tonight. He caught the ball with his hands in traffic, took the pop, got right back up. I think Ryan was ready to play tonight. His head was in a good space tonight. You could tell he was ready to rock. It's just the game didn't come to him like that or us. But shout out to Ryan, man. I'm proud of you, bro, because a lot of people been hating on you all year, man. You know, and they don't know what's going on behind the scenes with you, bro. You know, you're 18 years old, but you're a businessman too, trying to live in this new collective society with all, and you're still trying to be a student on top of that. And you're a leader on the team at 18. That's unheard of, man. So I want to give you a big shout out there, bro. But yeah, come and tap in with me sometime. I'm starting a new channel. It's not much out there, but I'll put some videos out there. But you can catch me on IG. You hit me up. You can DM me. You hit me on X. You can see it right there, and I'll hit you back, and we can collaborate. Be well.
James.
Yeah, you can find me at Gen Sports on YouTube. Also find me at Gen 716 on X as well. We got to go back to the drawing board, guys. Like we legit got to go back to the drawing board, both coaches, players, but also the fans, especially the fans. I'm going to hold the fans a lot more accountable this offseason than the coaches and the players, because we hold a lot more power over both coaches and players than I think what we're kind of giving ourselves credit for. Because at the end of the day, when they keep asking us for money, so you can invest it into your roster, you need to understand what you're investing your money into.
Yeah.
And we have got to figure out what is more important this offseason. Is it focusing on high school recruiting, or is it focusing on what's going on in January 2nd? Because you're not getting an April window. The April window is garbage when it comes to the transfer portal. January 2nd is your offseason Super Bowl. You need to conquer that. And I don't know if there was a plan. Typically, these things are planned out because I know that there's a separate scouting department for the for high school recruiting and for the portal. That's typically what a lot of these and that's just basing this off of what Indiana does, what Ole Miss does. They have two separate scouting departments, and it's more so for those two. So we gotta figure things out, because this to me screams we got to go to the portal and we got to get offensive linemen that fits this blocking scheme. We cannot go into year 3 with another regression within the offensive line. You can't have it. The good news is they went out and they tried to get Cam Dewberry. Well, I didn't even know who Cam Dewberry even was. They had a backup offensive lineman from Michigan State, and then you brought in Parker Brailsford, who I seen held his own against Devondre Sweat, and I think that's been a huge positive for your team. But you have got to figure it out, because Formby cannot be the starting right tackle. He cannot be the starting right tackle for your team. He can't even be the starting guard. He would not, unless you change your blocking scheme that fits exactly what he can do, that fits his strengths. Can't do it. He won't. He just can't do it. Caden Proctor is another player for me that, again, whatever Caden Proctor makes with his decision, whether he's going to declare for the draft, whether he's going to put his name in the portal, or whatever the case of the situation is. For me personally, you either put Caden Proctor at guard or you don't play him at tackle at all, because he would not fit this. He would not fit the blocking scheme. Just can't do it. Can't do it. Can't fit the blocking scheme. So, what a lot of these people say, this is a business decision, and you won't see me bashing players if they enter the portal. I actually know a player that knows my family very, very well, that we have personal ties with, that I had conversations with the player's parent earlier in the season, in terms of, if they should get their son in there, because they love it. Alabama was the dream school. But at the end of the day, this is a business. And so I completely understand it. I completely get it. And, so I wish these players all the best. And that's the way that I think fans should take it. They won't, because again, a lot of us are only college football fans and we have no other sports team that we root for. So we're going to root hard for Alabama. We treat this team like it's our actually livelihood. And if we don't win a national championship, we're just going to be crashing out online, making threats to these players, even though, like Gretzky said, when we see these players in person, the same people that we make threats on are the same people that we'll take photos with. So it is what it is. At some point we got to think about the program, and we got to think about which players fit exactly what we want to do, what players don't fit exactly the philosophy, and the exact same thing should go with our coaches, positional coaches, coordinators. We can't take things personally. This is a business at the end of the day, and if Pete Kwiatkowski, who's a top 10 defensive coordinator in college football, can get fired by his best friend and Pete Carroll, who's been with him since the Washington days, then absolutely, then there should be no excuse why we cannot move on from Ryan Grubb, even though I don't think that's going to happen. Why we can't move on from Popovich? Why we can't move on from Robert Gillespie? Why we can't move on from Jay Nunez? there should be no reason why we should not be able to move on from these coaches when we have seen regression, not progression. And if we want to take the high school development route and treat this transfer portal in second place, where we're investing millions of dollars into that, if these coaches can't develop them, then they don't need to be here. Otherwise, you get players, then you invest money in the portal to players that fit exactly what these positional coaches and coordinators want to do with their particular scheme. Right now, we have no cohesion with our coordinator, with our coaching room at all. There's no cohesion from our coaching room, not just with the players, but with each other. From the coordinators to positional coaches, there's no cohesion. There's no continuity at all. It seems like no one's on the same page there. And then from a player standpoint, there's just no continuity. There's no connectivity at all between the coaching staff and your players. So you need to, as fans, as coaches, as players, from up at the top, from our athletic administration, we need to all come together, and we all need to figure out what do we need to do, because it starts tomorrow. Because let me tell you something, if I'm seeing these top portal names like Austin Romaine, who I was talking to Coach Shawn about, I'm looking at the kid from Baylor, I'm looking at Isaac Brown, I'm looking at Cam Coleman, I'm looking at all these top players, the quarterbacks as well. Because here's another thing: as much as we got Keelan Russell, Austin Mack, and Ty Simpson, you need to think about are these quarterbacks going to progress well for your program? Because let me tell you something, we had an opportunity for Fernando Mendoza. Not a lot of people know that his parents and that Fernando Mendoza was looking for an offer from Alabama. He was looking for an offer for Kalen DeBoer. He drew interest when he was told in an interview in terms of what schools do you wish could make you an offer, and Alabama was one of the teams he listed. We never offered him a scholarship when he was in the transfer portal coming out of Cal, because we wanted to ride with Ty Simpson and Jalen Miro. So that's one of those situations where it's like, damn, what if? So you need to think. So again, all this loyalty crap, what's going on, if we're going to treat this thing like a business, then treat it like a business. This is the modern day age of college football. There's nothing personal what's going on. Sometimes you got to kick players out. Sometimes you got to bring in players that you never thought you would have offered. But at the end of the day, there are 4 teams that are about to advance. There are 2 teams right now that have advanced that got more portal additions than high school recruits that's on the roster. I'm going to repeat that again. They have more portal additions than high school recruits that are in the roster.
That's important, Coach Jay. That's important.
Yep, that's the advancement of college football. This is not how it is anymore. You can't just stack rosters with high school recruits thinking that these kids are going to want to be here for 2 to 3 to 4 years. Because even though Alabama may be their dream school, they understand that they can't be 4th string and stick at 4th, 3rd string for 2 to 3 years, and potentially their scholarships potentially being revoked, something else happening. They can't afford that. Some of these kids, they really can't afford that when they have no NIL money coming in. So they're not going to sit behind for 2 to 3 or 4 years. They're going to go elsewhere and get opportunities. Jonte Cook, I had the pleasure of meeting Jonte Cook in Syracuse. I met him personally when I was in Syracuse. Phenomenal kid. He's in the transfer portal now. This is about to be his 4th edition. That kid was a 5-star recruit. I remember it was a 5-star recruit. This is about to be his 4th edition, 4th school. And he loved Syracuse. He talked about, man, I wish I can build something here in Syracuse. I love Fran Brown. But I know at the end of the day, once he put his name in the portal, it's a business decision, because Syracuse is not in the best of his interests. He's not going to do anything for his draft profile, which is at the end of the day, the end goal, is to get to the NFL. So now that we have that, now that we have that clear understanding, we need to figure out who fits Alabama and which players don't, and which players and coaches and our athletic administration. Because Courtney Morgan, your job ain't safe either, pal. Your job shouldn't be safe either. It should not be safe. Our athletic administration, people that are on the board there, their jobs should not be safe either. We need to take a look at who is going to move us forward, because otherwise we're going to continue to get left behind, and we will get treated like Florida. We'll get treated like LSU. We'll get treated like Texas. Schools that that were too late to change. And right now we are in the process of thinking about the old instead of adapting to the new. So that's all I got to say about that. Right now, this was a clear. If this is not a clear indication that a philosophical change needs to happen, I don't know what will. I don't know what will, because this old formula of high school recruiting mixed in with coaches that can't develop these players, it's not working. It's not working. We have regressed, and we have regressed. Our offensive line rankings have continued to go downward for the last 5 years. It's not working. It is right there. We've gotten smaller. We have reduced the size of our players. We've gotten smaller. We've become less physical, less size, because they're not staying here for 2 to 3 years. They're going elsewhere. All these receivers that Bama fans were bashing, your Ja'Cory Brooks, your Javon Bakers, your Malik Bensons, your Kendrick Laws, your Emmanuel Hendersons, they're going to other programs and they're succeeding. Justice Haynes, we dogged this kid. This kid goes to Michigan, and this man played in 9 games and almost rushed for 1,000 yards, averaging 7 yards a carry. Something's got to change in order for us, if we want to get to the top from a philosophical standpoint. Something has to change, and if we can't do it at the high school recruiting level and develop these players quick enough, then we need to go to the portal and bring players and coaches in that can get in sync with each other. Because right now we are out of sync. We are completely out of sync. We got to restart this thing over from the ground up.
Let them know you know, Jan.
Yep, Jan Sports on YouTube and Jan 716 on X.
And everybody, all they channels will be in the description. So y'all can, if you're not subscribed to them, please subscribe to them, because these gentlemen do awesome things, especially Coach Al about to have himself a big year in 2026, because we're gonna make sure he putting out some great stuff, and we'll be with him every step of the way. But shout out to every last one of y'all that always, it's a New Year's January 1st. 2026, the year now starting off football wise for us the right way. But like Jan said, man, tomorrow's a new day, January 2nd. Let's tackle that to accomplish. So by this time next year, we'll be in the position as one of these teams to make it to the Final Four, to go even farther to try to get championship number 19. But like I said, man, appreciate everybody that has supported this channel, came and subscribed to this channel, liked this channel, sent money to this channel, all that stuff. Just even sitting right here and listen to us, which is still surreal, that you have people that actually want to hear what you got to say. So thank you all for just always supporting. Even though the year has ended, for Alabama, don't mean content is going to stop. Just want to we probably be out there, do a post game show for these other guys and just talk about them. Just talk about that, because we love college football over here.
Yeah.
So just want to say thank you to all. Can't say thank you enough to you guys for always showing up, so we can do the damn thing out here. So like I said, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button before we get up out of here. What'd you say? Let me mess with you real quick. Is Skiggy getting a new head coach? No, my guy Aaron James is still in place. Shout out to Aaron. He is still in place, and we're gonna have a bounce back year. So if you want to say something negative about him, I want to throw up a middle finger. But but shout out to you, man.
Hey, big shout out to everybody who tapped in, made a little short. Me and my fam on New Year's, and another one on Christmas, and everybody tapped in with the little video. Man, appreciate y'all for that, man. That's good looking.
Oh yeah, man. And finally, shout out to the players. Shout out to the players. It's not shout out to the seniors. That's not gonna play college football again, move on to the real world, man. Shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to just shout out to them, man, for doing great things, even though the year ain't go the way you wanted to go. We try to win every year. That's always the goal. But thank you guys for your sacrifice and everything, man. And damn sure can't wait to see what you do on the next level. So, man, always a fan, always roll tide over here, no matter what. And you already know, like OG Gill say, it's always F them trees now. It's always F.
Shout out to OG Gill, man. Shout out to Gill.
You want to know how life can be so bad? You can always be an Auburn fan. Think about that. So stay positive. Life can be worse. I can promise you.
Hey, look, Gill, the next one. I've been hounding Gill. We got to get Gill up here, man. He has a wealth of knowledge, coached, played, always coming with the real. Much love to my partner Gill, man. God be with Gill and his family. You know what I'm saying? Been rocking with Gil for a long time, man. I appreciate him. We're trying to get him, Coach Al, to come on in front of this old screen, man.
And
I know how you feel, Gil.
It
It took a while.
took a while.
And
It
even
took a
shout out
while,
to Bevo and those sorry Texas Longhorns that he think is the standard. The last time they won a championship, the championship trophy was a crystal football.
You know what, Bevo?
We
I
had two
like
different
you, bro.
championships by now.
Look, Brinsky, I like Bevo because regardless of how bad they are, he gonna always fight for Texas, bro. Shout out to you too, Bevo.
But yeah, man, y'all like I said, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I don't know where we at with the like count, so please hit the like button. But I know we are 5 subs away from 1,700. So before the end of the night, tell a friend to get us over that mark. And I appreciate you all. And we'll be back here. I don't know when, but we'll figure it out. I'll let y'all know. Oh, my wife let me know it's 1:34. And I know some of y'all ain't like it, so make sure you like it before you go out the door. But catch y'all on the next one and roll damn tide.
Roll Tide.
F Auburn.